Hello everyone. Yesterday I had 4 flash dreams in a row. These 4 dreams were all connected to one another. In the first dream I saw 3 witches. This is going to sound silly, but God uses things that we can individually understand. And what I mean here is that God will take your favorite television show and use it as a reference for something that He's trying to say to you. He also uses things like your job, people you know or are familiar with, subjects you're familiar with, etc. Well, in this first dream, God used the girls from the TV show Charmed, Shannon Doherty, Alyssa Milano, and Holly Marie Combs, as the witches. You think, why would He use something like that to send you a message? Why would He use a show about witchcraft? And why would He use Shannon Doherty, Alyssa Milano, and Holly Marie Combs? Right now you think I'm out of my mind, and that I did not hear from God. It must have been a message from the enemy. Well, let me clear all of that up before I move forward. As I said, God uses things that are familiar to us to get messages across so that we may understand what He is saying. Charmed was one of my favorite TV shows, and it is something I still watch from time to time. As a Christian, it may not seem appropriate for me to watch a show about witchcraft, but that is not why I watch the show. I've always enjoyed the show because it is about 3 sisters who fight evil together. I have 2 sisters myself, and family is important to me. The second thing here is that God used this particular TV show to communicate a message to me regarding witchcraft and the darkness that is about to come to its fullness upon this earth. So moving forward. In my first dream, I saw 3 witches at a museum. The details are really hazy, but I remember seeing an evil spirit manifest itself there. I believe it may have been the spirit of Satan himself. I remember seeing a man who also had something of an evil spirit himself, but he was human. The spirit of Satan manifested right in front of this man as the witches were looking on. Then the man tried to run when I saw Satan, and Satan followed the man. I'm not completely certain, but Satan may have jumped into the man. Then in dream number 2, I saw the 3 witches standing in someone's yard, chanting a spell. They were out in the open, where everyone was passing by and they could see them. I remember it started to rain, and I could hear thunder. Then the witches began to run for shelter. Then, in dream 3, I saw myself and my husband in a truck, and we were talking about needing owl feathers for a coat. An owl appeared on our truck, and we felt that it must be fate. So we began to pluck its feathers. In dream 4, I saw myself and my husband in a house, sitting in the dark. We kept trying to turn on the electricity, but the lights would come on for just a few seconds, and then they would flicker out. Then when I finally woke up, I immediately knew that these flash dreams were all part of the same message, and I thought it was weird because they seemed like they were backwards somehow. They seemed like the first dream should have been the last, and the last dream should have been the first. In the last dream, the lights were flickering out and leaving us in the dark. That to me is a message that the light of God is almost gone upon the earth, and soon the darkness will come into its fullness, and there will be nothing that anyone can do to bring back the light. Then in the third dream, we were in need of owl feathers, which was obviously not really for a coat, but for a spell. And in dream number 2, the witches were chanting this spell. Then in dream 1, the spell had been cast, bringing Satan to manifestation and allowing him to jump into the man. Now you may still say that this dream was not from God, but I assure you that it was. I've been getting dreams from God for almost 20 years now, and I have learned to discern between the dreams that are just dreams and the dreams that are of God and His nature. Also, for a moment after I began waking up from these dreams, I thought about going back to sleep. But I felt the Holy Spirit nudging me, telling me to get up and write this down, so that I wouldn't forget. Sleepily, I obliged. In this message, God was trying to tell me that witchcraft is being used greatly right now to bring Lucifer to manifestation, and soon Lucifer will rise. He will come forth, and he will take the body of the man who will become the Antichrist. This will happen soon, and when it does, the light of God, who is called the Restrainer, will leave this earth, and there will be nothing left but darkness. The darkness will take over the earth. We need to fast and pray more than we ever have before, for our loved ones and for the lost. We need to anoint our homes with oil and pray blessings over it. We need to spend as much time with the Lord as possible, and we need to ask Him to prepare us for His holy kingdom. We are leaving here soon, saints. It won't be much time now. Be ready. He's coming.